Hello guys, Sapphire Alchemy with a review of Reign Season 2 premiere. Woo! So, if you remember where we left off last time of Reign, the king is King Henry died, Francis is now king, and a plague is coming upon Europe. So, the plague is here. Francis, as we know, he had left to go check on Lola and his child. Meanwhile, Mary and Catherine are pretty much trying to keep the situation under control. They have put a lockdown on the castle and everybody who's inside, from servants to the nobles, right? And so they have the amount of food they need and stuff like that. They tell people if you have a sign of infection or anything, it'll be like boils and coughing and fevers. They're gonna isolate you so you don't infect anybody else. While Catherine and Mary are gonna stay in the throne room. They have the fires burning, so it sort of burns the virus out there. I'm not sure if that actually works, but I'm gonna look it up to see if it actually works, And so, while we got this virus going on, the politics of real life apparently does not stop when there's a plague about us. There's this noble who comes to Mary. He pretty much says, I can help you with, the food issue, because usually in plagues, there's gonna be like. Damage gonna probably be done to the fields and stuff. People gotta eat. You don't want people to starve because, that's not a good thing. And so he says, I'll help you out with the food if you take my enemy, put him in a room with a bunch of sick people and let him get infected and die. And Mary's like, no, I'm not gonna do that. So he's like, I'm gonna give you some time to think about it. So Queen Catherine tries to convince Mary to do it, and Mary's like, pretty much saying that I don't want to be like you. I don't want to be that type of queen. I don't want to be that type of queen who has to do these things, do all these things, these unjust things to try to help my people. But Queen Catherine like, okay. And, pretty much was this whole explanation that without these nobles, these lords, that you as a queen are nothing. Because they're the ones who own, the lands, your farms, your cows, and all this stuff that you use to provide to the peasants of of your kingdom. Because you have the royals, there's like lords and nobles, then I think it's knights, then I think it's, I'm trying to remember the thing because I learned this in school. It's royals, nobles, knights, and then I think it's serfs. Serfs are like your peasants. It's like a hierarchy, Yes, the queen is at the top, but she still relies on her nobles to get things done, the peasants to get things done. She just kind of is like the conductor of things. If you think of it as an orchestra, technically all she is a conductor who makes sure the pieces move the way they're supposed to go. So Mary's like, I don't want to be that kind of woman, but we'll see if Mary can stay the just queen that she wants to be. Meanwhile, we have Greer and Casseroy, who then find out that Casseroy's daughter is with Leah, who is Greer's soulmate, the one that Notre Dame predicted, but Greer doesn't know that because she didn't look behind it to see the little white patch. Alright. And so when she sees him across the thing, she's like, oh my god. So she thinks that this is Leah's way of trying to get back at her, because she remember what he said, last time, like, I'm becoming rich, I'm becoming, title and money, and then you're gonna eventually want me. I ain't gonna want you, being all upset and stuff, So she thinks that's what he's up to, right? So they have that situation, and so she eventually tells him, please don't be with her, I don't want you to get back at me, and plus it's gonna be weird for me because if you're this close to me, I'm pretty much be saying if we're in a close proximity, she might kiss him again, and she can't handle it. I'm like, well, dang, girl, you can't keep yourself in control. Damn. I'm pretty sure lots of girls have been around exes. I'm pretty sure they ain't looking at him like, I wish you so much. I want to jump your bones. Greer, control yourself, okay? Dang, it's not that serious. Then, of course, we have Bash, who, since his brother's not there, and, he's trying to keep the soldier stuff under control. And he tells Kenna, his wife, to find, the boy that they're taking care of, go to the room, lock himself in. Kenna goes to try to find the boy who is being taken away because this guy needs help. And then he just tells Kenna, like, pretty much telling Kenna that you're a whore because you have because you was you pretty much saying you was a woman of virtue. You saying your virginity, and you became the king's whore, and then he gave you to his bastard, who he then gave a bullshit title, so y'all could pretty much make y'all feel like y'all was something, but at the end of the day you are nothing. So I'm like, damn, that's mean, but given that's the time frame, that's how when it came to women, if your woman lost her virtue and she wasn't married to a man of title, then technically she was like the mistress. She was literally nothing. She was just a plaything. You kind of lost all your respect and dignity, which kind of sucks. If a guy did it, it ain't no thing. A girl does it, oh, she's a mistress. Oh, you have shamed the family. Oh, this is so dramatic when it came to a woman. It's just like unfair, but what can you do? So Kenna ends up finding a boy. The man had got sick, and I love how they showed how the sickness spread, because it wasn't in the castle yet, right? So they show you the boy, the man because he said, oh, I'm not gonna be he's not with his wife anymore. He's sleeping with this whore, right? I'm guessing that's what she is, a harlot, right? They show you like the big old boil on her back. So since she done slept with him, it has now passed through him through contact. Then they show him going to these people at his table. He drinks from the cup. He gives the cup back to the man. The man drinks from that cup. I'm like, really? Why are you sharing a damn cup? I don't share a cup with my freaking sister. Why are you sharing a mug of anything during a plague? The stupidity. Obviously, these people is not that damn smart. So that's how it spread throughout the damn castle. So that guy got sick. The little boy, since he's in contact, he was in contact with the man. The man had spit up blood on him, so it got on the boy's shirt. So now he's infected. So Kenna, she's trying to hurry, but try to cover him up, take him some place where they don't, so they don't lock him in. But a maid comes in, she sees him, she's like, God's not infected. And Kenna's like, no, try to hurry and get out, because if they lock in her, then yeah, she's gonna definitely get infected. You didn't lock the healthy person aside with an infected person. But they lock in, so Kenna's like freaking the hell out. Right? And so Bash ends up looking for, and he ends up he hears this woman and then, but it's not Kenna. And he opens the door like she is straight. She is terrible. So he stabs her to keep her from going further, and he tells the guards, stay back, most like he's infected. Bash, then we see Bash, have like a fever, and then he falls asleep, and he sees like this dead little girl who tells him pretty much like, no, you think this is bad, but it's about to get worse. I'm like, oh snap, oh yeah. So he wakes up, and I'm guessing he's immune to it because he didn't get in contact with it. Nothing happened, so obviously he's immune, like Nostradamus. And it took me a while to figure out what Nostradamus, because I'm used to the beard, the beard. He shaved it off. He looks so different. So Bash eventually finds Kenna, and they hug and embrace. I'm like, oh, beautiful. Meanwhile, with Francis and Lola, Francis, arrives. Lola is safe, and the baby is healthy. It's a boy. So Francis, throughout this time while he's with Lola, he does not touch his son at once. And Lola's like, I'm just gonna go, and pretty much he's upset with her that she didn't tell him. But he understands that how she felt, because if she came forward and say, I'm having a baby, that will make her his official mistress, and thus she won't be able to marry anybody else, because once she does that, she's officially, seen as an official whore. No man is gonna want to marry her. No woman wants that, because you're supposed to provide for your family, by getting married to a nice guy with money and title. Which is why all those girls, all married ladies, were sent with her in the first place to court, so they could find a nice man with a title, to bring, prosperity and crap to their family. So they have the discussion, and they come upon a prince, not a prince. The meal gets infected, little boy, he has little black fingers, so they heard me get Lola and Francis out of there, and they come across a cousin of the king, and he let him in the tent for a while, and he tells Francis that I have one more room, I have one more enough room for my ship for one more, so I could take Lola and her son up to Norway, because up north the plague can't really spread as much because it's a colder climate. So Francis is like, yeah. So while Lola's going, to get, I think she went to get some water, so she can breastfeed. Francis hears baby crying. He's like, shh, your mother's good. Like, pretty much like, your mother's coming soon. So he eventually picks up the baby, and the baby's like, how the baby just starts crying. And you see this emotion overcome Francis when he holds his child for the first time. He's like, that's it. He ain't gonna let him go. I'll watch. And he looks at Lola. I can't let you leave. I'm doing. That's it. Once you hold the baby in your hands, that is it. It's like it changes your idea of, because you're gonna be I don't want to have the baby, I'm giving it for adoption. I'm gonna let you go. But it's like once you hold that baby in your arms, once you feel that connection form between you and that child, you ain't gonna let the child go. You're gonna do everything in your power to give that child a good life. And that's exactly what happened with Francis with that baby. Oh, you just saw his face though. So that's pretty much all that's going on within Reign. Well, back to Mary. The way she handles the situation with the noble is she denies him twice. She follows him, gets a hold of his grain and stuff because, find a way how he was doing it, and puts him in a dungeon with sick people. I'm like, damn. I'm like, Mary, the things you gotta do to be queen. So this was definitely a good way to start off this season. To see how this is gonna go with the plague, and see how Mary handles being queen of France, because she's the queen of her own country, but she hasn't actually ruled a country. You know what I'm saying? She's the queen of Scotland, but she hasn't ruled it. She has been in the covenant since I think they said since she was 9. So it's not like she ruled anything. So we get to see her actually see her rule a country, pretty much see what does she have with the stakes. And not only that, she formed an animosity with her friend Lola, because yes, it's her friend, but then it's the fact that she has bared Francis a son, when as soon as she got married, she's constantly bombarded by every single body, like, they're trying to give her pregnancy tips on how to get pregnant. Here, if you drink this, you're most likely to get pregnant. If you eat this, if you have a sex position this way, if you put this on his penis. It's like she was being constantly bombarded with all these questions, like, here's how to help you get pregnant. Why you're not pregnant yet? Why have you yet to bear a son? Like getting pregnant is solely on the female. Like when she has sex, and she could just command the sperm, like, yes, sperm now infiltrate my egg. It's like she can't control it. It's going to happen when it happens, But there was so much pressure on a woman to automatically quickly bury a child, especially if you was royalty when you got married. It was like, I don't think I can handle pressure like that. People constantly, why you ain't pregnant? Why you don't got a baby? Why you ain't pregnant? Why you not satisfying your king? Like, for one, get out my sex life. It's none of your business what we do in the privacy of our room. You see, also, the situation with Greer and Liv. I'm not sure how this is gonna play out. But Liv is, as we can see, he is actually trying to move on. But I don't think Greer, the way she's behaving at this point in time, I don't think she's gonna allow him to move on. You know what I'm saying? I don't think he's trying to, but I don't think she's gonna allow him to. So I'm definitely can't wait to see how this is gonna turn out. So comment, rate, subscribe, and I'm gonna see you guys Friday morning for the review of Reign episode 2. Bye.